Hey there, industrial earth signs, and welcome. Let's see what the universe wants you to know for the first half of June. I'm just going to pull some oracle cards just to deepen and anchor these rows. If you want to know any of the decks that I'm using, they'll be in the descriptions below. This one's called the Sacred Forest Oracle. It's actually really beautiful. So you've got protection for the first row, knowledge for the second, and truth for the third. So we'll see how that all interweaves. So the first card here is the Queen of Wands. She's all about knowing herself, knowing her worth, and moving forward with bold action. So this is sitting in your past, so it looks like you have made some bold moves in the past, and that's pulled you now into the space of perhaps waiting a little bit for the fruit to appear, for the seeds to sprout. But I feel like you've done well in just holding your ground, and so you've got the card of protection there as well. So basically just keeping yourself shielded maybe from doubt. And I feel like there's been some doubt maybe from other people that has kind of been trying to be sprinkling that on you. And you've done well to hold your ground with that, even though people mean well, they question things sometimes, and if you're already feeling a bit vulnerable about something you've put into action, can feel like a little bit of a twist of a knife. So you've done well holding your ground. Maybe it did cause a bit of anxiety for some of you, but you've moved into the Lovers here, which is really just sticking to your guns, sticking to your self-belief, knowing that maybe what you have put in motion might be a little bit unorthodox to some people, but it's just about going, hey, it's your life, your path. At the end of the day, you have to live with your decisions. So this is a card of sticking by your choices, essentially. Moving into the next row, things have balanced out on a material level. I feel like you have received support. You've received some intel or knowledge from some people as well that's helped you in your course. So you are sitting in a good position at the moment. I get a sense that you know what you need to do, and you do have the resources to do it. And maybe through those people questioning things, it's actually bolstered your own stance on what you are capable of and what capacity you do have moving forward. I feel like you are very resourceful, so trust that. The Knight of Swords is the card that sits in the heart of the reading, and this is a card about cutting forward. So it's similar to the Queen of Wands, although that card is a bit more of an earthy kind of enthusiasm. This one's a bit more of a innocent, swift kind of forward motion. So let yourself just sort of do without thinking, essentially. Cut forward, strike forward. I say that as well because underneath that you've got the Emperor, which is really about knowing your place in the world, knowing your power and using your power for good. And I feel like through this journey so far and the knowledge that you've gained, you're sitting in a better place than you thought you were before, when those vulnerabilities and doubts were there. I feel like there's kind of a cleansing of that. And yeah, of course, there's always going to be those aspects of self there that are essentially trying to protect you. But I feel like you're also tapping into this master energy as well. You've been around the block, I think, and you know more than what you first thought, and maybe what other people see you as knowing. You're the only one who knows at the end of the day what you know. Other people can't see that. So I feel like there's a bit of a fuck you energy with this as well, like a yeah, it's really sticking to your guns and believing in yourself. So truth comes up for the third row. Beautiful card. See how that plays in. I think so. This is the future row. This is another really beautiful card. So the 9 of Cups is all about really making a wish, and in order to actualize or manifest that wish, starting to cultivate the energy that you want to attract. So seeing yourself like a magnet or a tuning fork, and essentially trying to tap into the feelings that you want to feel when you get that thing that you want to get, or get to that place that you want to get to. So it's almost like stewing in that energy or vibration first in order to pull more of it into your space. So what do you want? What do you want to wish for? And I think the Truth card is linked to really being honest with that, and letting yourself be honest with that, feeling a sense of, hey, sky's the limit here, you know, it's your life, and at the end of the day, it's yours for the taking as well, and why play small? So let yourself move maybe past that kind of like, oh, I don't know if I deserve that, or what would other people think, and just really sit with the feeling of what you truly deep down want. And this card here, the Page of Swords, is all about then vocalizing that. So it's very linked to the throat chakra. That can help. I know sometimes it's good to keep your cards up your sleeve around what you really, really wish for. This isn't that time. You need to tell others. You need to start recruiting other people into your dream. Yeah, and just don't hold back with that. So there's kind of an innocent sort of curiosity with this card. So maybe you'll activate other people's curiosity with this newfound truth seeking that you're doing. And the Hierophant shows there will be more support coming. There will be perhaps a mentor or someone else that's going to give you a key piece of information to help with this journey that you're on for this part of the month. It also is about making sure you tap into your own inner mentor or wise person as well. So yeah, do both. But also seek support outside of yourself, and maybe that's about when you do share your vision or your dream or what you've been pondering about, you'll all of a sudden someone will be like, hey, I know a bit about that, or I can help, or I know someone else who knows about that. So don't hold back. Alright, looking good. I love this reading for you. Just going to do a few clarifying cards just to enhance things. So with the Queen of Wands, I feel like you've had to really move past some heavy energy, so in the past, and that was that card about finding that enthusiasm and boldness. So it was about moving past disappointments. So yeah, I think you've done a good job, and it has landed you in a more fortunate, balanced, resourceful space now. So that's great. Yeah, so Ace of Swords with the Knight of Swords, which was the heart of your reading, more cut through energy. See how it's piercing the clouds? It's a new idea, new perception, new direction. So yeah, awesome. That's just reinforcing that you do need to strike out, and you know you do. Got the Magician down here with the Emperor energy, so that is just reinforcing as well. The Magician's all about, typically it has a picture of a table with all the 4 elements on there: the sword, the wand, the cup and the disc. So it's a reminder that you have the resources that you need to pull down what you want to pull down, or manifest what you want to manifest, or maybe it's pulling up or both. But it also is a card about vocalizing that, so it does reinforce that Page of Swords over there as well. So part of the magic is to get it out there with words as well. Communication, conversation. Alright. So with the Nine of Cups, which was that wish card, there is a sense of worry here, or there not being enough. So this is actually the opposite of the wish card. The wish card is all about, you know, cracking open the ceiling and going, okay, if I can have anything, if I had a magic wand, that old question, what would I want? This card is about going, coming up with reasons not to think along those lines, maybe thinking that the world is very finite and there is a scarcity element to this. So it's also about, deserving, knowing that you deserve it. Whatever you want, you already deserve, because you're co-creating it by wanting it. So it's not a matter of you needing permission or going through any gatekeepers to have this, you know, dream big. And as an earth sign, this is kind of the dark side of earth. It's just that looking at things in a very materialistic way, and that can be a very narrow focus. So I would suggest you let yourself dream and open up more and feel that abundance, okay? With the page, beautiful, really strong earth card, 10 of discs. So I think, you know, this card's all about that end game. So that legacy that you want for yourself, but you also want to pass on to the people around you. I almost see it as like being a big fruit tree and the fruit falling down and supporting other people. So I think, you know, let that embolden you to start communicating what it is you want to bring in, what it is you want to change, what it is you want to enhance, what projects you want to start cooking up. Let yourself dream big, because it's not just about you. You know, it's about how it ripples out to those under you, under the tree, you know, friends, family, children if you've got them, maybe children later on if you don't have them yet. But, you know, it ripples out in all directions. So, yeah, don't hold back with the throat chakra. Let that come out. But you got to pick the right people to share it with. Family can, because they've known us the longest, can really want to stay familiar with who we were. And so when they see a new part of us blooming, they can subconsciously shut that down sometimes, because it feels like you're moving away from them by changing. So just be aware of that. So maybe just picking those people that you feel more comfortable with to share your ideas and your dreams. Last one. So with this Hierophant, you've got the 9 of Swords. So the Hierophant was about finding that inner mentor, as well as an external one probably coming your way as well, or some kind of support. This card is all about being aware of inner cruelty, you know, the capacity of our mind to be our own worst enemy, particularly at night time, particularly maybe trying to go to sleep. That's when it can start to really gear up. And it's the protective aspect of the mind. Even though it looks like the enemy, it's actually not. It's trying to protect us. And we all know that protection, even though it's a good intention, can actually cause more harm than good. So think your thoughts, find your own way to ground yourself, and find a sense of peace when you notice these loops of thoughts coming up that you just know are grinding you into the ground, or tearing you to shreds, or making you feel uneasy or fractured inside. So if you want to find your inner wisdom, and this will actually help you find your inner wisdom, because part of dealing with this energy is accessing that more true side of you, and being your own parent to yourself, and your own parent to these parts of you that might be subconsciously running amok. So I hope that made sense. But yeah, just be aware that you have everything you need inside of you. You just need to be able to relate to yourself in a better way. And looks like you are. Looks like there's a lot of really cool things that are possible for you. Alrighty. Thanks for joining me, Earth Signs. And if you've got another dominant energy, or element I should say, in your chart, check out my other videos if you want, just to get a little bit more insight. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it.